Good afternoon, everybody. This is VIBHL Cache Island. This is the semifinals in the women's division, the women's elite division. Number one seed here, the Edmonton Huskies, taking on the Fizzy Glizzies here. Last time this game happened in the round robin here between these two teams, it was a 6-0 mercy rule. We're up for hopefully a quick battle here between the two teams here. The Glizzies are looking for their first goal of the tournament as well. My name is Andrew Layden, and I'll be doing the commentary here for you today. We have a really talented Huskies team here. They are our defending champions from last year's Cache Island. So backed up by Jess Herb, a local girl here in Victoria. Today's officials are Corey Moore out of Ottawa and Michael Donkers out of Victoria. We're just waiting for the ball drop here, momentarily here. With the VIBHL, we like to thank our sponsors here. Country Grocer is a big sponsor here for the VIBHL in Cache Island, and we'd like to thank them. Bin 4 Burger Lounge, as well as Napper Sports, providing all our balls for this tournament here as well. So we're just about to go here for ball drop here. And it is a win by the Huskies here as they bring it back to their own blue line. Quick pass up, but it's intercepted by the Fizzy Glizzies here. Huskies are able to gain the zone. Playing it on the sidewall here, around the blue line. Tight battle here. Number 9 pulls it out, passes it back to its defenseman. Takes a quick shot, saved by the goaltender. Ball in the corner there. The Huskies remain with the ball here as it keeps it low, as everyone else is trying to set up here. Trying to make some movement here in the front of the net here as they cycle through. Pass it up to number 9 in the front. She tips it, goes wide. The Glizzies recover the ball back. Throw it up the middle though, right to a Husky player, over to number 14. Takes a quick shot, and we have a goal! So with 14:08 from the Huskies, number 14 takes a quick shot, and goes stick side on the goaltender and goes in there. We're gonna set up here and do the face-off that's front here, at the center here. The ball is dropped. The Huskies win again there. They're very competitive on the face-off there. Ball goes in, passes it over. Behind the net there, Sydney Payment picks up the ball. Passes it behind the net. As the Glizzies recover the ball in the corner and try to pass it up. Intercepted by the Huskies though. Kept in the zone. Number 93, Sydney Payment, passes it over to number 5. Back to the defenseman on the Huskies. Shot in. Glizzies get the ball. They are on a break. No icing there. But the Huskies are able to gain back and regain the ball there. Ball at the center there. Shot back in by the Glizzies. Directed towards the goaltender. Huskies on the sidewall there, bringing it up. And they do not keep it in. Huskies gain the zone. Number 93, Sid Payment there. Passes it over number 4. She takes a quick shot. Saved by the goaltender on the Glizzies there. We have 13 minutes here on the clock now for under first period. Only 3 shots on net here. All for the Huskies here. And the ball is won by the Huskies. Pass onto the sidewall here by number 89. Takes a quick shot. Saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. Another shot by number 89. Tipped and Goes into the corner by number 2 for the Glizzies. Tries to regain the ball there, but there's 2 Huskies in the corner with her. As they keep passing it back between themselves. Glizzy step it up. And the Huskies are able to keep it in the zone as it went close to the red line there. Quick pass in. Tipped in. Oh, quick save by the Glizzy's goaltender. She tried to glove it. And 2 shots on there. Number 16 on the sidewall here. Back to her blue line. Pass. Huskies are just passing it around through the sidewalls into the neutral zone there. Quick shot on net, saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. Loose, and it's covered up. There's about 2 shots there. And we'll keep the face-off in the zone here. To the right-hand side of the Glizzy's goaltender. She had made a couple of quick saves there, keeping it out there, keeping her team in this here. As we go in for another ball drop here. But the Glizzy's winning it there, but the Huskies regaining the ball in the corner there. And it's fired up there. It looks like it's going to be an icing call here, and it will be brought all the way back down. We'll reset that face-off here to the right-hand side of the Glizzy's goaltender. As the ball is dropped, with the Huskies winning the draw. Setting up at the point there, trying to get a quick shot in, passing it down to the low side. It's fired in front, tipped over by the goaltender there. Glizzy's weren't unsure. Glizzy's defensemen weren't sure where the ball went, and the Huskies were able to regain it in the corner there. Sid Payment pulls it off in the corner here, passes it over to number 14. Shot on the goaltender, save. The Huskies keep the ball in, throw it into the opposite corner there. Huskies keeping it in the zone here. Typically they have two players on the ball and they try to keep it low. Well, quick shot on net, saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. As the Huskies regain the ball here and they come past. Pass it over to Sid Payment in the front there. She passes in the middle. Huskies regain the ball and passes it over. Number 17 passes back. Quick shot. Glizzy's goaltender makes a save. Keeping. It was a 3-on-1 and the Glizzy's goaltender standing up there. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties there with the mic there. As the Huskies keep the ball in the zone here. Glizzies bring the ball behind the net there. They pass it up and shoot it all the way down the ice. Or the floor. And we are going in for a flooring or an icing here. Ball will be brought all the way back to the left-hand side here of the Glizzy's goaltender. The ball is dropped. Glizzy. Oh, and a tip in, and it looks just sneaked by the goaltender there for the Glizzies there as we go up 2-0 there for the Huskies. As the ball is brought back to the center here on the face-off here. And it was a win by the Glizzies there on the face-off there. They have it in the neutral zone and they dump it into the zone. Trying to keep pressure up there. Passing it up the wall there, and Huskies regain the ball. Coming through the neutral zone is Sid Payment here. And she passes it over. Quick shot on net there, saved by the Glizzies goaltender. Directing the rebound into the corner there. As kudos to Jess Herb there for getting an assist there. So Jess Herb, the goaltender for the Huskies, passing the ball up, and she actually got an assist on that play there. 8:43 left in the first period here. That's going in for an icing. Fun little moment here. The coach of the Fizzy Grizzlies is actually Jess Herb's husband. Kevin Pewitt is also the vice president of their men's division in the IBHL here. So kind of a family fight there. As the ball is brought back into the Glizzy zone there to the left-hand side. And dropped in. And the Glizzies win the face-off as they come through and they chip it up here. Able to get it out of the zone and recover. Number 23 pulls it over the line. Goes into behind the net there. She falls down, unfortunately, there, so she wasn't able to keep that play going, but she's still able to get that ball. And the Huskies regain it there, but the Glizzies keep it back. Keeping it in the zone. As they pass it over, and the Huskies regain the ball, coming through the neutral zone. They chip it up, going in for a dump and chase here. Icing's waved off, as both players were able to get to it before they crossed the line there. And great movement here. As the Glizzies are able to get it out. Number 27, Alyssa Trail here, pulling the ball through, trying to find some support, passes it in front, hits off a Husky flare. Shot on net there by the Glizzies. And there is a penalty coming here against the Huskies. As it looks, as we are going to a power play here for our Coastal Ball Hockey power play here for the Fizzy Glizzies. As the Huskies go down for a penalty here. It was 2 minutes for number 14 for interference. It was a must play though for them to shut it down. Let's say to make sure that wasn't a goal there for the Glizzies there. Glizzies take a shot on that. Jesser makes a save. Back to the blue line for the Glizzies. They fire it again over the net. Jesser covers up. It's still loose though. Ball is down in front of the net, and they're trying to get through. Another shot goes through. Huskies are able to cover, and they just fire it down. So it goes all the way down as the Glizzies try to regain as they walk it up, try to set up here on the line. Ball's passed up. Still hasn't crossed the line yet. It does now. And it's dumped into the far corner here. Glizzies are able to keep it behind the net. They fire it in front. Kept at the blue line. Pass back in, but the Huskies are able to chip it off the wall there. They are breaking loose here, so they are coming down short-handed here. Comes through. Takes a quick shot. Saved by the Glizzies goaltender. As the Huskies keep it low, and but chip up by number 22 where the Glizzies as they bring it up. Ball brought into the corner. Chipped around. Huskies keep passing the ball around, and they're behind their own net. Try to get it out of the zone here, but number 74 for the Glizzies is able to keep it in. Shot on net. Jess Hurd makes a save. loses it, tries to regain it, tries to jump on it, finally gets her glove hand on it and stop that play. We have 6:07 here in the first period. It's a 2-0 lead for the Edmonton Huskies as they had 25 seconds left on the penalty kill. They're up 14-6 in shots here. This game is getting intense here. The winner of this game will go and face the A-Holes in Cache Island's Women's Elite Final here. The A-Holes were able to win this morning 2-1 against the Victoria Moosehead. Ball brought up past the red line, dumped in, passes the line, but the Huskies are able to dump it, and they are chasing as they'll be the first ones to the ball. Number 26 keeps it in the corner as they go back on to even strength. Tipped in the front there. The goaltender loses the equipment. So the play was stopped there. Part of the rule here in Cache Island here is that if any goaltender loses any part of their equipment here, so other than their stick, so if it's a pad, glove, blocker, helmet, play is immediately stopped just to make sure that everyone keeps safe and everyone can go to work tomorrow. So we're going to keep the ball to the right-hand side here of the Glizzy's goaltender as the wall is won. And they keep the ball in, saved by the Glizzy's goaltenders. Oh, and the ball was kept out. My mistake. I thought it went in. Huskies regained the ball though, trying to tip it around. Fired it in that front, and the Glizzies are just swarming in on the ball to make sure that nothing gets by them. As they dump it down, and we are going to go for an icing here. And it's waved off by the referee there. As the Huskies try to speed up. They have a player at the blue line there. Intercepted by the Glizzies though. Great defensive play by number 2 there. Huskies regain the ball. They get the zone. They're trying to set up here on the side wall. Passing it down. Keeping it behind the net as they shoot it around. Number 2 for the Glizzies comes in with the ball. She fires it through. And the Huskies regain the ball. They come in, take a quick shot. Deflection wide. And the Huskies gain it on the side wall. Tip it around at the circle there. Number 27. The Glizzies tips it forward, but the Huskies are able to swarm back and regain the ball. Shot on net there. Tipped, but it was stopped by its own player as the goaltender was out of play there. Recovers. Oh, and it hit a post. Lucky for the Glizzy's goaltender there. As that was a wide open net because the goalie was out of play there. As the Huskies regain the ball at center. They bring it down, passes it across. Number 27 intercepts the pass though. And it is chipped up and goes into the meshing, so it'll stay in the neutral zone. So we'll do a line change here. And the Huskies will still remain in the zone because it went off a Glizzy's player. And it's chipped back in. With 3:47 left here in the first period. Huskies regain the ball in front of the net. They're passing it around to try to get a quick shot. Deflected off a Glizzy's player. Huskies keep the ball in as they pass it back down. Number 16 passes it across. No one there. And they will lose zone eventually here. They are kept in though. Luckily from the Glizzies tipped it up there. As they are trying to swarm and make sure that nothing comes through the middle. Sid Payment behind the net there, number 93 for the Huskies. Pulls the ball around, passes it in front. It's tipped off wide though. Huskies bring it back to the center. They pass it back into the blue. Quick little chip shot, nothing there. And brought back to the center line. Just so everyone knows, if you are unfamiliar with ball hockey, we do have a floating blue line. So once the team gains the blue line technically goes back to the red line. So they just have to keep it into that whole zone there. The Sid Payment passes it over to a Glizzy player. Number 7, she tries to dangle through, waiting for a pass there. Chips it up. And we have a Breakaway for the Glizzies there. Takes a shot. Saved by Jess Herb. Ball passed up. And the Huskies regain the ball. Sid Payment brings it into the zone. Pass over to number 16. 16 back over to our side player. Shot on net. Saved by the Glizzies goaltender. Ball kept in by the Huskies as they regain the ball. Number 5. Circling through. Passes over. Over to number 89. Wide open. Goes top corner there. Great attempt by the Glizzies goaltender. Unable to get that shot though, as that was just a rocket of a shot. And we were going up 4-0 with 2:15 in the first period. So my mistake, it's actually 3-0 for the Huskies. This ball is kept in by the Huskies there as they gain the zone. We have 2:06 left in the first period here as the Huskies pass the ball around. And it looks like we're getting a Glizzy's penalty here for a hook on number 74. She went behind the net and she chipped up the arm there. And that number 74 for the Glizzies is going in for 2 minutes for a hook there. Hooked the Huskies player behind the net and pulled the player back so she couldn't get a full access to the ball there. So referee made a great call there. And the face-off will remain in the Glizzy zone here. With 1:45 here, we're going to go on a napper power play here as we go in for the face-off here. Ball is dropped, won by the Huskies as they set up on near the blue line. Keeping it at center, passing it back over. Number 14 there. Near the blue line, passes it back to the defense. Over to number 19. They take a quick shot and right through the 5-hole, and we have a power play goal on the 20th shot of the game here by the Huskies. And that is now 4-0 Huskies. So with 1:31 left here in the first period, it is 4-0 for the Edmonton Huskies, the defending champs of Cache Island here. As they pass the ball up, it was collected in the middle there by the Huskies as they try to get in the zone. Kind of mashed up there. They do get the zone going into the corner. Number 2 for the Glizzies, applying a lot of pressure there, making sure that it doesn't get any easy access. Number 17 here, chips it over the net. No shot on net. With number 2 for the Glizzies passing it up. Gets collected by the Huskies as they chip it in, and it misses the net. We have 1 minute left in the first period here. And the Glizzies circling through. Number 17, Savard, passes it over to her Husky teammate there. Chipped up over the middle there as the Glizzies are able to chip it up in the middle there as they're trying to dump it down. It's tipped off a Husky player and out of the zone by number 49, and the Glizzies are trying to apply pressure into the neutral zone there. It is a 3-on-2 right now. Shot in by number 27 of the Glizzies. Saved by Jess Herb. 29 seconds left here in the clock here as the Huskies regain the ball, trying to get a quick shot in here before the period ends. They gain the zone. Crosses over. The Glizzies are swarming in and making sure that they are not letting them go through. Dumped down all the floor there. No icing call. Jess Herb comes out to play the ball. Passes it up to her Husky defenseman there. As the Glizzies are going for a change there. So quick shot on net. Deflects wide. And we're going to go into our intermission here. We'll take a quick intermission with 4-0 for the Huskies there. And we'll be returned in a moment. And welcome back here. As we are going into the second period here with 15 minutes left on the clock here in the second period. See if the Glizzies can get some offense done here as the Huskies go in for the faceoff. They win another faceoff here. They're 95% on faceoffs today. Sid Payment tips it into the corner there. Passes it around the net there. Goes off the back of the net awkwardly there, but the Huskies are able to regain the ball. They pass it down low. Sid Payment in the side there. Passes up front. Passes it around. Takes a quick shot by Sid Payment there. Saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. We keep the ball in and low. Another trip in. Another great save by the Glizzy's goaltender. That goaltender is dialed in here, trying to keep this team in it as best she can. As the ball is dumped through, icing is waved off though. Number 85, the captain here, passes it up the floor. Passes up to 16, over the red. Trying to gain the zone, passes it across. Sid Payment pulls the ball over. There's two Glizzy players were zoning in on her. Glizzy's passed the ball around. Kept low by the Huskies. Passing in front of the net there. And the Glizzies recover there, and it's a 2-on-1. They pass it up. Number 23 here. Passes into the zone. Dumps it in for number 66 to collect. 66 fires it in front. Huskies are defensemen able to regain that ball. Number 17 passes the red line there. Walking it all in. Chips it into the zone. For number 8 in the corner there. Ball kept in the side wall. On the top of the circles. Pass over to the other side of the floor. Quick shot. Saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. And dumped down. Jess Herb comes under the net there to play the ball, so the icing is waved off. Number 19 collects that pass. Kept in the middle of the floor to number 14. Number 14 chips it over. Kept to the side, dumped down. Pass that. Shot on net there, goes wide. Huskies are able to regain the ball behind the net and circle through. Going a little bit back and forth here. As the Glizzies are able to recover the ball behind the net, fires it around to the sideboards. Number 19 for the Huskies is able to pull that ball through. Keeping it on the sidewall, going low. Passing it behind the net, back to number 19. Pass in the front there. Too many bodies there for a clean shot by number 17, but able to pass it into the corner there and reset with the team there. Ball kept low. Brought over. Pass back to the point there by number 19. Takes a quick shot. Goes wide. Ball kept to the line by the Huskies. Fired in behind the net. Chipped off the boards. The Huskies regain it behind the net. Number 9 comes in off the side circles. Takes a shot. Saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. Went right into the belly pad there. And able to collect it with her glove. Looks like both teams are going to do a full line change here. The ball is dropped. Huskies number 2 walks it in, takes a shot, and we have a goal. With 11:31 here, the Huskies go up by 5 on their 25th shot of the day. The Huskies take the face off there. Keeping it in. Number 4 brings it over the line. Passes it over to her Husky teammate there. Pass over to number 4. Takes a quick shot. Saved by the Glizzy's goaltender. We have 11:16 here left on the period here. The shots are 25-8, which is a huge improvement for the Glizzies there, and very proud of the team here. As their last game, they only had one shot on net against this team, so they're keeping the effort here, and it's very nice to see. Most of the team is made up from our women's division here in the VIBHL here, so great outing, giving great effort here as the Huskies keep the ball into the zone, keep passing it around. Huskies coming in over the circle, takes a quick shot, and that is a goal. So that will be a mercy here. With 10:50 left on the clock here, as we will keep it in here for the player of the game. And congratulations to the Edmonton Huskies as they will go in and face off against the A-Holes later today for the women's final. Producer Chris here is telling me I'm not allowed to swear, but the team is literally called the A-Holes. The A-Holes are a team that's brought a mixture of North American players here. I was told today they have 5 players that play for Team North America. So this will be a great game between the Huskies and the A-Holes later today. We still have lots of action here in VIBHL for Cache Island here, so stay tuned to our YouTube channel here, as we have a couple more semifinals and quarterfinal games here before we go into the finals, starting at 4 o'clock here today. Final shots today were 27-8 for the Edmonton Huskies, and they do win 6-0 here. Very competitive team here out of Edmonton. Very good at cycling the ball through, so very excited to see them go into the finals here. That game will be live here today on the VIBHL YouTube channel here. The goaltender for the Glizzies wins the MVP award. Rightfully so. Played outstanding here. And the Edmonton Huskies, number 2, winning the Player of the Game award. Had a couple quick goals and assists there. So very impressive outcome for both these teams. Congratulations to the Fizzy Glizzies for a great performance here. I believe most of after speaking to some of the referees, one of the most enjoyable teams to referee, so. That's all for us here for this game here. Stay tuned, we have a game coming up at 1 o'clock here between the Wolfpack and the Nanaimo Street Kings.